Flagpole was bent down by the tornado and has been replaced. The fence along the front west entrance and along the south side at the armory is still in place. Looks like that topper fell. The ground is mowed by the city park since the last restoration, and along the stretch is the south side, the back end of the Gaslight Edition, and here is where that fencing, it just went part way down, but there's a section that's damaged and not taken care of. You know, it's always a matter of, you know, what's priority, what's urgent, what's necessary. Human life, healing from that physically and mentally, as well as, you know, securing safe housing, always concerns. So if we walk straight back there will be the Johnny headstone that is the most unique and recognizable one for people. So there's been a few years of different restoration out here, and where some of the trees were uprooted, all that had been cleared out. I know there's a lot of wind on the video. It's a breezy day. We expect some severe weather. Illinois to our west is where the highest risk tornado zone is going to be. So of course it has a lot of people on edge. You know, just thinking wind damage. But from a lot of the trees that came up, everything has been cleared out and some cleanup efforts done. Some of these stones right along this avenue here were done prior to a tornado, and that includes these stones right here that mark the place for the family that had built the home that the Historical Society Museum is in, that was built in 1858. They had a little boy and a baby that had passed away with young markers. This is the one for Emma Jane. We recommend the Historical Society. One of the sweetest headstones, and it got crashed by some dead trees that were along this area, like I said, before the tornado came, as well as this bench for the matriarch of the Goodrich family whenever they traveled from Virginia. And there's looking where the flag is at the front entrance. So this pad had been done with the restoration project, and this memory bench looking on her grandchildren and unmarked graves of other family members of hers. At some point since the tornado cleanup had been done, there's this very large tree branch that is located there, some scrub trees that are growing. Cleanup efforts that'll be done. Here is where Johnny is. And that is the west side of the cemetery. And then you're looking to the right. A home that had extensive damage, did not get rebuilt. Extensive damage. They're still working on their fence. Another home rebuilt that had been totally ripped off its pad. Where the gray house is, it went straight through there. It just barreled right over through that neighborhood and kept going all the way to the Walmart area. So, there's little Johnny today with our weather improving the springtime. We'll have a little cleanup workout here. This is some of the Carter family of Johnny's. He's related to Daniel Hoffman, a stone carver, stone mason. He did a lot of famous headstones and even a Civil War headstone marker. He had been chosen to do that as an Indiana memorial, and for little John Carter. This is Heaston Cemetery, what's left of it. Where a funnel cloud came down is just on the other side of those houses in there. Oh my. These tree roots are taller than the average person. We're at the back of Heaston Cemetery and the curve of the Gaslight addition. We're at the north side of the cemetery, looking down where that curves around down to Lawn Street. Responders from all types and places are here. The Amish to the local and regional work crews are here. A lot of damage of trees down. These old monuments held strong unless a tree crashed them. Guard people are in the area, lots of power companies. That had been a pile of branches from some prior storms. It's an ever-growing group now. This is the location of Johnny's headstone, as highlighted in the movie Now and Then. That is about 4 friends growing up in the gaslight edition of town, which has been greatly damaged by tornadoes on March 14th, 2024. His headstone was carved by a family member, Hoffman, a very well-known stonemason whose historic property had some tree damage, but the structure held strong. Pray for Randolph County, Indiana. Looking east, back towards the main entrance of the cemetery. The buzz of chainsaws is like your head is stuck in a beehive. That bench honoring the Goodrich family patriarch who came with her family, Rebecca Goodrich, the first one, from Virginia to settle in the area, was damaged by storms a year ago, and that is the location of her grandchildren, whose family were the ones that built the Goodrich home where the Historical Society Museum is located. And that's the end of the Gaslight Edition that suffered some major damage. A lot of roofs taken off. Goodrich's headstone. The infant who passed away before they moved to the big house, as well as their son, Little John. We're looking back west now. Our Johnny marker is to the left of that tree. There's a helicopter making rounds again. And those uprooted sections are even larger. Wow. In this area, there's a bench buried in there. That looks like it's actually still standing. There's a man buried in this area that had fought in the Napoleonic Wars before immigrating, with a final destination of here in our county. To our modern day community, with people from near and far helping to clean and sort before bitter cold weather moves in. Our National Guard Armory